What's going on, everybody? Hey, today we are starting the new stand build. So I am designing and laying out a new deer stand for a new location and on a new food plot. So it's really exciting. Let's jump right into this thing. So first things first, we're going to lay out the floor plan. I've got 2x6s by 8, 6 of them. My stand, I've kind of laid it out. I'll show you the dimensions of it. It's going to be 7 feet across the back with 3-foot wall. Then it's going to taper in another 3-foot wall, and then I'll have about a 2.5-foot wall in the center. And what's going to happen is the 2 tapered in walls, 3-footers, are going to have 3-foot windows in it, essentially. And I'm going to mount those windows high so that I'm only going to use the bottom section of the window. And then that front section I'm working on trying to figure out what exactly I want to do for a long narrow window for a bow shot. So this is the layout. Let's get started. So as you guys can tell, I'm in the process of another build that I'm working on. It's actually going to be a workshop out here where I can get some stuff done. But so deer season's coming quick. Got like 6 weeks here. I'm way behind. I've got to get this deer stand built. So if you'll notice in this layout, it has a trap door, so that's going to be my access in and out of the stand. I've built many stands over the years on my property here, and you know, you kind of go with what works best for you. And we like the in and out of the trap door. You can get in quiet and you can get out quiet. No doors swinging, less motion. Everything opens to the inside. So that's the part we're working on now. We've got the frame laid out like we want and got it screwed together. So the next step is to get this covered with some plywood and, you know, get that floor base done, and then we'll start framing the walls. All right, guys, so here you go. So like I said, the access will come in right here, and we'll come in from the bottom, and this will just be on a hinge and pop open like that. As we climb in, this will stick back, and then we can get in really quiet, drop that door down. And of course, we'll have it all padded and carpeted and all that good stuff to keep it silent. But all right, so this right here is the subfloor. So we are about ready. I'm going to get this thing moved to a trailer so that I don't get it stuck inside this building. So I'm going to get it out the door, get it moved outside, and we will start framing up the wall. Is it hot where you guys are? Today's been like 98 degrees with like 1,000% humidity. All right, guys, so we're in the phase now where I'm actually going to attach the walls to the floor. These are the non-window walls. So I want to get these attached to get them in place to make sure that my window walls are going to go in correct where I want them. So I'm going to slap in the window walls, the non-window walls. Alright guys, you can see we got the non-window walls up now. I got them, went ahead and put them on the platform itself. As you guys, you can tell I'm not a framer or a construction guy or nothing. I'm just, you know, kind of doing this myself. But these have worked for me in the past, so this is what I'm going to continue to do. And you know, I kind of like doing it. It's fun. But all right, so the next stage is we're going to move on to the window walls. Okay, so I've got two 36-inch windows that I'm going to put in each 3-foot wall here. It's going to be tight, but I wanted it tight. I don't want any dead space. So once it's completed, that you're sitting in that stand, you don't have big dead spots where you're trying to film or trying to get on that deer. So I'm going to try to make it really tight on these two side windows. And then I've got to figure out what I'm going to do on the center window. I want a long, narrow window if I can find one. Haven't decided on my design yet, but I'm trying to figure that out as I go. But that's the next step. This one is very crucial and important, especially with your window height. So you want to get inside the stand with the chair that you think is going to be in the stand. And FYI, if you're putting like an office chair in here, which is what we typically do, you want to put it in before you get everything framed, or you can't get it in. It won't go in through your windows, it won't go in through the trap door. So make sure that you get your chair, whatever kind of chair. I usually get just one of those cheap roll chairs with the armrest. Those seem to be the most comfortable. And then if somebody goes with me, I'll just bring in a bag chair, you know, for them to sit in or whatever, or make them the hunter, me the cameraman, whatever the situation needs. So, but just kind of a little tip, just make sure that you put your chair inside, get in there, sit in that chair, and get your angle the way you want. This stand is going to be about 15 feet in the air. That's the plan, to have it about 15 feet up. So we do know that we're going to have a pretty good down angle. But with that said, we are going to hunt on the edge of a big food plot. We got a new 1 acre food plot's going to go in. So we want to make sure that we're where we need to be for drawing a bow, crossbow, or rifle. So this next couple builds right here are very important to make sure we get it right. So that's what we're going to try to do right now. Alright guys, so I've got the two 36-inch windows framed in, ready to go. I will wrap it in OSB before I actually put the windows in, but got that all framed out, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do here on the center window. I think I've got a plan. I think I want to make a single pane, probably just out of plexiglass, dropout window. So essentially the window will hook up top, and when I'm ready to open it, I'll just open it and it'll drop completely out, and actually be on the outside of the stand. I don't think that'll affect the deer or any kind of thing like that, but it's about the simplest way I can come up with without having to buy a window or something expensive. So I'm going to give that a shot. I'm going to go see what they've got available at the local hardware store on plexiglass and kind of go from there, and we'll jump back on it. Alright, so I went and picked up a piece of plexiglass. It was just a piece they had at one of the hardware stores, and I'm just going to make that work. So I'm going to take this right here, and you know, it's nothing fancy. It was pretty cheap. It's 20 bucks at the hardware store. So I'm actually going to make this and make a mount for this, and it's going to mount at an angle. And what I'll be able to do from the inside is leave this up. It'll have connectors at the top to hold the window in place. And when I get in the stand, I'll just release that and the whole window will slide down like this. And when I want to use it, that's what I'll do. Alright guys, so here's the gist of it. This is how the window is actually going to work. So you'll get inside, you'll have the top of the window will be connected at the top, so it can't come down. You'll just unconnect and slide it down from the inside. And it'll lock down. You get to the height that you want, and it'll lock down here. And then when you're done, you're going to pull up from inside and close the window and latch it back at the top. So kind of a different idea, but I think it's going to work. That gives me the ability with the roll chair to have angled shots under the stand and far away. So that's kind of what I was shooting for. But anyway, so that is the windows. We've got all the windows framed, ready. They fit. I think I'm going to go ahead and angle the roof. So the roof is flat on top right now. We don't want a flat roof. We want a little bit of an angle on it at least. We'll probably put roll roofing on top to keep it from leaking. So I'm going to come off the front higher and then taper to nothing to the back. And that'll give me the pitch, enough pitch to shed the water that we need to shed. So it's the next part of it. Alright guys, so I have added a 2x10 up top, and we started in the center with the 9 1/4 inches, and then we taper down all the way around so we can get that angle down that we need for the roof so that we have some fall. It's not a lot. Like I said, we'll probably have to roll roof it to be sure that it's going to work out. But so we went all the way around. We figured it out from 9 1/4 inches stand up down to nothing in the back. So I'm going to put a couple of runners in here for the roof, and then we're going to slap the OSB on. Alright guys, so we got the roof on. All I like is doing the drip edge. I'm going to put some drip edge on it just to protect it for the long term, and then I'm going to roll roof it. And then after that we're going to go into just putting up OSB all the way around the sides. And I think I'm going to actually have my son sight it. He's in the siding business, so that's the next step. And then after that what we'll do is we'll get the platform built. We'll make the platform out of angle iron, and we'll make it fit this, and it'll have 4 poles on each corner, and we'll bury that in the ground. And what we'll do is we'll go set the platform first, concrete it in, let it set up good, and then once we've finished up with the stand itself, we'll just take a lift and take it over there and drop it in place. So that's the plan. I will kind of give you guys a total cost of what it kind of cost me once we get to the end of this. But moving on to the next steps. All right, guys, so we got the roof on, got the shingles done, got the drip edge on, so now we're going to move to the OSB. But before I move to that, I want to go around the stand and caulk any holes that might be there. I'm allergic to red wasps, and in the off season they like to get in any crack or crevice that's left. So we're going to caulk everything and get everything pretty airtight. Also, you know, when you're hunting with the windows down, you want to be able to have a swirling wind and it not affect you. So we're going to get that done, and then we'll start putting up OSB. What's up, guys? So we're back on it here. We got some wrap from a buddy, so I decided to go ahead and wrap it. That'll just seal it up even better. If you'll notice too, I've actually taken the top half of the window off and covered it, so that less light inside the stand, less chance of getting busted, in my opinion. Once it gets later in the evenings, those glass will just be completely blacked out as the shade sets. So anyway, got the trap door installed, got the window installed. So getting this thing finished up. My son's actually coming tomorrow to start on the siding. So that's exciting. We'll get this thing all wrapped up in siding. And then right now I'm headed up to my dad, who's my welder, and we're going to work on the platform for this thing. So I'll kind of show you guys the layout of the platform. So let's go get that done. All right, guys, today is all about the siding. We're fixing to try to knock this siding out. My son is here. He's brought the material, so let's get started. Check it out. Finally got it finished. My son just finished up with the siding. Looks awesome. I'm so pumped about it. He did a really good job. So pretty much to the final stages here. Gonna finish up getting our platform built, and we're gonna get the platform set, and then we're gonna get this guy up there. So excited for this season, because it's actually, we're gonna implement this thing right away on this new 1 acre food plot, and you guys stay tuned to see that video coming up, because we're gonna lay out a whole video on how to do your own food plot, and this one's going to be an acre, so we call the corner plot. So I will do some insulating on the inside, a little bit of finish work on the inside, nothing major, maybe some carpet in the bottom for quietness, and but super pumped about how it turned out. He did such a great job, and this has been a really cool project. All right, so I've got the insulation installed, got all the walls done, got the ceiling done, and I got carpet put in on the floor. So just what I ended up doing on the carpet is I found some, they called them pet mats at the local hardware store, and they're pretty thick. It worked out good, laid it out. I had some contact spray or stickum, whatever you want to call it. Got that put down, got it trimmed into place, and got the door cut in, the trap door cut in, so that's going to work good. I think what I'm going to do is line the walls with some of this netting. It's actually just a fabric in the mossy oak pattern, and I'm going to take little strips of wood and kind of maybe paint them black just so they don't show up, and help hang this stuff. So let's see what that looks like. I think I'm going to like it, but yeah, I'm going to get that done right now. Whew. I'm officially done on the inside. I'm not sure who won that. The stand may have actually beat me on that one. I am soaking wet. It is so hot. But finally finished it. So we got all that fabric on the inside. It turned out pretty good. It's an inexpensive way just to line it so that you're not, looking at insulation. Don't necessarily have to have anything on the inside. But I will say this, if you do have plans to build one, put all the inside materials in before you put the windows in. So that little window right there behind me, I can get through it, but it is not pretty. And I have to breathe in and pull myself through. So just FYI for you guys, if you are doing this, before you put the main windows in, make sure you get everything on the inside done, because it makes for a fun get in. We've got the trap door in the bottom, and we're sitting on blocks next to the ground, so there's no getting in the trap door. So, but hey, we got that finished. So I'm off to try to finish up the actual platform that this is going to mount on, and we'll try to get that wiped out today, hopefully. And then the next step will be getting that platform in position and getting it concreted in and leveled, and then setting the stand. So getting exciting, getting close. So season's coming quickly. I've got about 3 weeks here before season gets here, so we got to get this thing out there. But all in all, it's went well. It's been quite a project, and we're just about finished. So on to the last steps and wrap this thing up. All right, guys, as you can see, I got it stood up. I got the back poles in. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig the holes for the back poles. Drop those down in there, and then work on getting it leveled out the best I can, and we'll get it concreted in. All right, guys, here it is. It's in place. Still got to concrete it in, but I got it leveled. Had to do a little tweaking on it, get it moved around, but all in all, happy with it. I think it's going to work good. My ladder connection up there, I can't make that work. I'm going to have to modify it, so we'll have to do a little welding on that. Hey, with all that said, I do things with whatever I have, and I don't necessarily recommend doing it the way I do it. It can be dangerous. There's better ways to do it, you know, so just FYI, this is just how I built it. I don't necessarily recommend, you know, doing it the way I did it, but anyway, pretty happy with it. Gonna get it concreted in and get that modification done on the steps coming up, and we will be ready to put the building in it. So right here close to the end, so almost done. All right, guys, so we got this thing wrapped up. My building is finished. My platform is up. We're waiting to actually rent a lift to get this thing going. So what do you do when you get everything finished? You help your buddy build his own. So this stand is going to Chris. Me and Chris have been working on this stand too, and his is a little bit different than mine. He actually went with 3 36-inch windows. His stand is a little bigger. He's got a bigger footprint. He's a little bit further to the front. He's about a 6-foot distance, and he is 8 foot wide. So a little bit bigger building. Pretty much the same design and pretty much all the same. He does have some pretty cool carpeting he had put up on the inside, and some really cool flooring that he laid down. So super cool. We are finishing up his platform right now. As soon as we get that platform finished, we're going to rent a lift and we're going to get both of these stands in place. Hopefully it's going to be right here before season. Really excited, almost to the end of this, so let's get it done. Well, guys, here it is. Finally got this project done. Did I seriously just slow motion a deer stand? Yes. Yes, I did. All right, guys, so we finally got this project wrapped up, got this stand in place. I'm super stoked about it. I can't wait to see what it brings this fall. We got it in before deer season here. Even though it's 100 degrees outside and drought, it's still almost deer season, so we're excited nonetheless. But I just want to let you guys know, so in this stand I probably have about $1,000 invested, maybe a little bit more, closer to 1,100, something like that. But keep in mind, I had my own metal pipes and stand from an existing stand. My good buddy Richie gave me the windows. So the 2 windows I got were for free. Shout out to Richie. Thank you, buddy. My dad did all my welding for me. So all the welding that was done, my father did that. And my son did the siding. So I saved money on all those things that, you know, if I would have had to have paid for it, it would have cost substantially more money. But $1,000, $1,100 somewhere in there is what I spent. But super nice stand. I think it turned out really good. I'm super happy with it. Overall, it was a really fun project to get done. And then we got Chris's up too, got it finished. His is all in place and ready to go. Turned out great. I love his location and his setup. Really looking forward to seeing what Chris gets done there this season. That was tied to our new 40-acre project that we've been working on. So we got that set up for him. So excited about season coming. It's going to be here quick. Super cool, super fun. So as always, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Hey, if you need help planting fall food plots, check this video out. If you just like to watch deer hunts, you want to see a girl's first deer, check this one out. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. And as always, God bless.